All right, it's time to mount some freaking wheels. Yo, Saab, she's about ready to be a little stance boy. Little stance boy Saab wagon 9.3 Aero. Yeah, that thing right there. So we got some Rotiform INDT. I'm not really 100% sure what the hell these are. I'm pretty sure those are it. But I bought these off of Facebook Marketplace. I was looking at wheels to buy, you know, nothing crazy expensive. It's a $3,000 car. Not going to spend $3,000 on wheels. It just doesn't make any sense to me. These wheels usually are like $1,200, brand new. I paid $400 for them. Now they were not painted this color because that's the paint cans right there. This is Rust-Oleum custom colored chrome. This is black chrome. This actually is really cool looking paint. It's like really like, I don't know, it's hard to even explain. But so these got sanded on. These are supposed to have like silver on the outside, and then on the inside where all like the spokes aren't, it's all supposed to be painted. Well, whoever had these before ground on the wheels with like a DA or something harsh, because some of the lips, it's not that one. Let me see if I can find one. There's one that's like, oh, here it is. I don't know if you can see that, but it is like definitely not smooth. But hey, they were $400. Fronts are 18 by 8.5 plus 40. It's pretty high offset. Rears are 18 by 9.5 plus 35. Now these are 5 by 112s. Saabs are 5 by 110. Stupid lug pattern. I was gonna run wobble bolts, but I don't really know if I trust wobble bolts. So I was looking online to buy wheel adapters, blah blah blah. These just happen to be on eBay for $100. They're steel. They're 5 by 110 to 5 by 112. And they came with lug nuts. I was like, oh my, that's amazing. It's a good deal. Well, these lug nuts don't even fit into the wheel. So okay, I can't use those. No big deal. Well, I can use the little shorties here to put the spacers on the car. Well, these were off of a Dodge Dodger car. I can't remember what car he said it was off of. They don't fit my car either. So I had to buy lug nuts. I went to AutoZone, got the AutoZone specials here. Whatever, it's done. That was $100. These are $400. Tires were $400. We're running on the 8.5s, which are these. We are running the old Nankings. They are, what the hell did I get? I think I got 215s. Yeah, 215 40. And then the 8.5s, or 9.5s, I'm sorry, 9.5s. We're running 225 40s. I was going to run 205 and 215s. But I could not find 205s in Nankings because I have them on this car and I kind of like them. They ride pretty good. I mean, and they're fucking cheap. They're $100 per tire. They used to be a lot cheaper, but you know, this is COVID. Everything's so hard to find. So we're gonna put these wheels on and see how it goes. May have to lower the front because the rear is already lowered, and with these spacers, or the adapters, they're 20 millimeters, so it's gonna make these 8.5s plus 25, no, plus 15. So they may poke out a little bit, a little pokage going on here, I think. But yeah, we may have to roll the fenders for sure in the rear. Maybe the fronts. I think the fronts are pretty well flush. They might stick out just a hair. We may have to mess with camber. But the only thing that sucks about the rear is I have no adjustment at all. The only adjustment I have is to take away the isolators, which will make the ride kind of loud. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I may just have to live with the way it sits. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So let's get these puppies mounted. Some things you want to know if you're going to run spacers like these is you need to know your hub size, because this will determine how this spacer sits on here. You have to know that, because if you get one that's too small, obviously it's not going to fit. Too big, the load of the wheel is going to be held by your lug nuts, and it's actually not done like that. The lug nuts just help hold the wheel on. So now these aren't exactly the right ones either, because there should be a lip here where the other wheels will fit, and then you actually can run a spacer on the inside of your wheel that will actually take up the gap between this lip and the lip on your wheels. So these aren't exactly correct either, but they will work. But the main thing is, at least you know this is not going to be flopping around. Then again, people run like 15 spacers on their trucks, so, and that seems to work pretty good, so you never know. And these lug nuts, you need to make sure that they sit inside. You don't want them poking out, because they might interfere with your rim on your new wheels. So a bunch of things to consider when doing this. Make sure they're torqued to spec, which is that much right there. Bad. That's how it looks on the ground. Not terrible. Definitely needs to go lower, in my opinion. It's too much wheel gap. Oh yeah, we need to go way lower. That's good though, because we can do that in the front. The back, not so much. So let's throw on a back wheel. Let's see what it looks like. We'll try that next. I'm just gonna skip to me having the wheel on, because you know how it's done. You put lug nuts on, you pull lug nuts off. It's pretty easy. Now I was gonna show you guys on the rear here. This car has no rear adjuster. It is all the way down. That is just a spring in there. There's supposed to be an adjuster, like a collar on the bottom. There is not one, and this thing looks like it needs a bushing there. Lower control arm bushing looks a little jacked up. So I'm going to be doing that now. I just noticed that, but yeah, the shock. It is, what's funny is this is threaded, like it's supposed to have an adjuster, but it doesn't. So I don't know why it's like that. I even looked on MapTune's website, and that's exactly how they are. So really weird. But whatever. Yep, no adjuster. So let me slap this wheel on. I'll show you how it looks. All right, the wheels are on, and the car looks a million times better. It doesn't. I hate cars that are lowered on stock wheels. They look terrible for the most part. Those look so much better. I need to lower the front, because it is nowhere near as low as the back, and it just looks goofy. There's a big gap there. It looks like I'm doing a wheelie sitting still. So yeah, that looks a lot better. And I kind of jumped on the back. They don't even rub, so, because these poke out a little bit. Just a little bit, but not too bad. But yeah, so the fronts, I need to adjust the camber, because as you can see, maybe the fronts are tilted in, so I need to adjust the coilover. And then someone got the bright idea, starting their car, because we haven't started it in a while. Actually, last time I recorded this car, it wasn't even running. I don't think it was even together, nothing. So I guess I'll show you that now. I wasn't really going to, but it's got boxes on it. But Turbo LS is done, kind of, ish. Runs, drives. All right, on top of the strut tower. There's four little adjusters there. There's little markings where you can adjust it. And actually, these bolts come out, and there's, maybe you can see it. But in between there, there's two more holes, and there's two more holes on the other side. So I'm just gonna loosen these, pull this all the way over, and then tighten it back down. And that should fix the steering weirdness and all the weird things. So let me set you up. Yeah, you can still see it. So I'm just gonna loosen these. You don't have to pull them all the way out, just crack them loose. You'll see this whole thing move, and then in turn the wheel will move as well. Yeah, see? Boink. Hey, that fixed the weird camber that I had going on there. So now the wheel sits a lot more flush. It's gonna steer a hell of a lot better, so yeah. Now let's crank these bad boys down. Get you stood up here. And yeah, oh yeah, I can show you. See the other bolts? I don't know if you can see them. There's other bolts in there, so you can pull these bolts out and move them and do more camber, less camber. So yeah, but my phone, people, so popular apparently. Let's crank these down. And that should fix the camber. And I will do the same thing on the other side. And that will, yeah, that'll finish the car out. I think I'm gonna go take it for a test drive too and see how it drives. So let me finish the other side real quick.